The concert they performed in our studio a couple of years ago is still one of the most talked about and requested segments we've ever aired on the program. This is them. It's them playing live in our studio with the drums set up at Pedro's desk. You can see 1964 along with Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon. What a double bill. Thursday, December 12th, in a British Invasion holiday concert. It benefits Music Aid Northwest. A portion of the proceeds go to Music Aid Northwest, so you're giving back to your community. All the information on this is at bobrivers.com. And on the phone with us, one of my favorite guys in the band. I love them all, by the way. They're really great guys. We'll call him John, but it's actually Mark Benson, who's a founding member of the band that Rolling Stone magazine called the best Beatles tribute on Earth. Happy holidays. Welcome back. How you doing?
Hello, Bob.
Hey, Mark. What's up?
Joe and Jody, hello.
Good morning.
Now, you guys are the Beatles to a lot of people, and you play how many nights a year?
This year, I think we had 85 shows. That's actual show nights, not travel nights. Next year, we've got 45 shows already booked.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big year next year.
I mean, if you played, so that's like 1.5 times a week. So you're in concert constantly all over the world?
Most of it's in America, but
mostly in America.
International work. We just got back from Ecuador last week.
Wow.
Went down there for a really quick sort of down Friday, play Saturday, back Sunday kind of thing, and that was a little exhausting, but great trip, amazing audience. It's just wild. I mean, you think, oh, geez, I don't know if all these, people are going to know about the Beatles. Just like there isn't any place on the planet that just doesn't have a major Beatle influence.
Right. Now, I don't know if you heard about this. I don't know if it would make you jealous. I was a little surprised, but Paul McCartney hired a Beatles tribute band for his new wife, Nancy's birthday party. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't. This is news.
I can't believe, first of all, that he didn't hire you, but it was a kind of a goof. He hired a Japanese Beatle tribute that also does Queen, and I mean, isn't that amazing? Do we have a piece of audio on this, Pedro? I'm dying to play it for.
They're called the Parrots. It is not the same band. He hired two bands. One Japanese band that does Queen is called Ween.
Ween.
And then this guy, the Parrots, and this is what it sounds like.
All right, let's listen to them a little bit. All right, they're okay, but you know what? I think you guys are better.
I've seen them in Liverpool, met them. There's some, there's another band called the Aspreys that I'm telling you, this kind of influence has, I think when we first started, there might have been, a handful of bands doing this kind of thing. And I think worldwide now, there's over 700 groups.
Right. But there are only a handful. I mean, you're the one Rolling Stone. Let me put it this way. Did they do Twist and Shout on our show? Did you guys, Pedro, do you have that?
Which one?
Twist and Shout.
Let me find it.
See if you got it. When you guys came in here, that day that you guys came in here, you walked in. First off, you had the costumes on, which you did to be nice for us, because even though it's radio, you wanted to go, okay, hear the Beatles. Whoa. But when you played live on the air, our jaws dropped. Do you have it?
This is called Twist and Shout.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Twist and shout, come on.
1964, the tribute. And that was just live in the studio.
And
just a couple of microphones, no big fancy production.
Well, and that was in spite of letting us sing a little bit.
And
in the
we sang there,
background.
by the way, if you heard anything bad.
Yeah.
In spite of.
That's just amazing. And you know what I love about you guys? You're smiling with total joy while you're doing it. Because I would think maybe after a number of years, you'd be like, well, let's go do the Beatles now again. And, but you guys you are having that much fun, aren't you?
That really is a good impersonation of us.
We're gonna go do the Beatles. like the guy with the donuts. Time to make the donuts.
Now, my question is, when Paul hired this other band, was their drummer in a closet?
Oh, you could hardly hear the drummer, right? Yeah. Your drummer.
No,
Talk about your drummer, by the way, Ringo, because there's something. He has the look, but he also has. There's something about the way Ringo played that's unlike any other drummer. What is it?
Well, Ringo was left-handed. He was the other lefty in the band. I think a lot of people might not know that. And he played the drums right-handed. He set them up like a regular drum kit for a right-handed person, but he played left-handed. And so typically when a drummer does a roll or a fill, a right-handed guy will always start with his right-handed. Well, he starts with his left hand, so he always rolls from the floor tom up to the mounted tom back to the snare. That was a very unusual thing because he couldn't do it the other way.
And that gave all the Beatles drum rolls an entirely different sound from every other band that was out.
Indeed, it did.
Wow.
Indeed, it did.
But
I mean, you know what? When we do these things early in the morning, it seems like, oh my God, are you kidding me? To sing at 6 in the morning or whatever it is, and you get in there, and I don't know. There's just something about the energy of the four of us being together. It just comes through. And, you guys are such Beatles fans anyway. So it's not like we were playing to, a judgment board or anything like that. You guys were dead into it.
Well,
and
so
it was just really fun.
Are you saying, are you saying, Mark, that you feed off the audience, that you see them having such a great time that you just go nuts? Yeah.
Yeah. On the nights when the lights are positioned just so where it blinds you completely and you can't see anybody in the audience, it's like playing to a huge empty black hall. Those are the nights where you feel like I can't connect to anybody. I don't know if anybody's out there, and that really does have an effect on your performance. And when you can see at least the first 3 or 4 rows because of the stage lights, you at least get to see people and their reactions, and that there's a whole 3 generations of a family sitting over on the left over here, and they're all singing and they're all happy, and there's so few types of entertainment that could hold that demographic without somebody going, "Can we go now?"
Yeah.
Are you familiar with an app called SoundHound, Mark?
I am.
Well, your Twist and Shout is so good that the guy just said that's good enough to fool SoundHound. SoundHound is the thing that tells you what you're listening to.
Oh, and he held it up to the phone?
Yeah, it's a Twist and Shout by the Beatles. You can get it on this record kind of thing. I mean,
Wow.
It sounds just like it.
All right. One more question, and then I want to play another song. And this is like, seriously, like you are out there every night, 85 nights at least a year, on stage to adoring crowd, doing a theater production, basically, even though it's stripped down and basic rock and roll, of being John Lennon. Do you ever feel like, do you have any kind of like fantasy, like I'm John Lennon, or do you like feel like Lennon from the cosmos is smiling down on you and helping you in any way, or what do you like? It's got to be a little spooky sometimes.
Well, I always invite him.
You invite him if he wants to. Sure.
Have at it if you'd like. Every night. But no, you don't feel like John, but you do get glimpses of what they must have seen and heard and how it makes you feel.
So you feel an empathy for what it would have been to be a Beatle.
Well, especially if you're in a place where they played and you know that. And Red Rocks is a great example out in Colorado. And actually, this trip to Ecuador, these fans, they would start screaming or singing or going like, oh, when we just start a song and they recognize what it was.
Wow.
They were that into it. So those are the kind of moments you think, this is exactly what they must have seen on their first American.
Live in our studio, 1964, the tribute. Mark, thank you so much, and we'll see you in town next Thursday night, the 12th, at ShoWare Center. And for ticket information, just go to 1964tickets.com or bobrivers.com and Showware Center box office. Mark, all the best.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having us on.